My name is Susan Tree. I'm the Director of College Counseling at Westtown School in Pennsylvania. I've been here for 20 years, and prior to being here I was a college admissions dean for Bates College in Lewiston, Maine, which is a selective small liberal arts college in New England. I'm delighted to have a chance to talk a little bit about Mark Stucker and his skills as a college counselor and someone who just works with families in this college planning and admission process with great poise and compassion and knowledge. In my 9 years of working with Mark at Westtown School, which is a large and very diverse college preparatory school near Philadelphia, Mark and I had a chance to share insights into students from a wide range of backgrounds, students considering everything from Ivy League schools to major research universities, public and private, small liberal arts colleges, technical institutes. Mark had a tremendous knack for getting to know young people. His warmth and his deep caring for them really came through, and kids just automatically trusted him and believed in his knowledge about college and the admission process, but also his faith in them and in bringing out the best in them in this process of sharing your skills and talents and interests with colleges. It can be a very nerve-wracking process, so you need a guide, and someone with Mark's warmth and background in college admissions is just a wonderful, wonderful asset to this process. And I can speak on behalf of a school that was very grateful for his professional work and also for the many families and teenagers who benefited from working with him.
Hi, my name is Courtney Jana. I'm a student at Westlake High School, a senior graduating in 2013, and I've worked with Mark Stucker for School Match for You, and he's really helped me progress my college search and realize what I want to do in the future. While working with him, he's helped me pick schools that were right for me, that offered the majors that I was interested in or the programs that I really, really wanted to know more about. And he also opened my eyes to new scholarship opportunities, so that way it's less money coming out of my pocket. And as a result, I would recommend him to anybody because he's awesome.
I was introduced to Mark by a relative, and she suggested that we talk with Mark about preparing Tyra for college. And I was very impressed when I talked with Mark about the services that his company can bring. He has been very helpful in helping explain the whole college process for us. When my husband and I applied to college years ago, it wasn't so complicated. But now I think students have so much pressure on them, and there's so many things for them to know, that it's a very different time, and having someone with his expertise has really helped us get through this process. And I think every parent needs to think about the resources that's available. He's helped us from helping Tyra narrow down the colleges and universities she's interested in, to the discussion about how to apply. He's assisted us with that effort, the SAT, what's required, and most importantly, the various issues with financial aid, whether it's a merit aid, need-based loans, parent loans, or student loans. So it's been been a very positive experience.
Not only did Mark help me with the grammar aspect of my essay, but he also helped me with personal aspects that I probably wouldn't have known to add in my essay without him. He helped me to include anecdotes, which admissions officers are really looking for, to help you personalize your own essay and make it about you. And I'm really thankful for being able to work with him.
My experience with School Match for You is that I can say that Mark, he's done a great job in searching for the college that's right for me, because there's so many universities out there, and that if it wasn't for him, I would have no clue in where I wanted to go. And secondly, I could say that if it wasn't for Mark, test scores wise, or finding activities or finding scholarships out there to help my chances of getting to that college, because there's so much competition, and if you're not able to stay with the competition, then you don't help your chances to get in that university. And the assistant he helps you with, the websites, the tutors for SATs, all that has helped me and has benefited me to get to where I want to go.
Last year we were going to do the boarding school piece, and he really streamlined the process for us, and he's very thorough, very professional, very knowledgeable, well connected, and due to his expertise, we applied to 13 boarding schools and got into 12 and waitlisted into one, and we started the process in November. Yeah. So because of who he is, I highly recommend any parent who wants the best for their child to work with Mr. Mark Stucker and School Match for You.
Our experience with School Match for You was really excellent. Mark did an outstanding job of thinking about the kinds of things that we needed to think about that we would have never thought about on our own. He asked lots of questions, really thought-provoking questions. He really got to know my daughter. He understood what she was looking for, what her strengths were, what her weaknesses were, and gave us a report that was just incredible. The colleges that he came up with were colleges that we never would have thought about on our own, and he really helped us understand the kind of school that would fit best for our daughter.
Hello, my name is Roderick McClure. This is my wife, Terry McClure, and our daughter's name is Morgan McClure.
Morgan had the opportunity to work with Mark Stucker in making her decisions for college, and Mark's program was excellent in helping Morgan sift through the mounds and mounds of information that's available, but made the information relevant to her and to the decisions that she needed to make. Mark was very instrumental in helping her focus and helping her really weed out the facts and the opportunities that made the most sense for her. We think that she really benefited from the opportunity.
Yes, the information that Mark shared was just absolutely priceless.
When Mark was recommended to me, I was telling a friend about how busy I was, and we really wanted to be involved in the process of helping Jonathan find a school. And he's like, then you need to call Mark. And so we called Mark and talked, and Mark basically did a lot of the legwork for us that we did not have the time to do. First of all, he interviewed Jonathan, and he recommended certain schools based on this interview with Jonathan. And then once we narrowed down a selection of schools, what he did that we couldn't do was that he gave us all the research on the school, the number of students, how many students per class, per professor, gave us information about the town, the background, travel distance, transportation routes, how to get from that college back to home. Just a lot of legwork on stuff that we didn't have time to do and probably wouldn't have thought to do. And he presented all that information in a folder more so that gave us all the exact same information on each school that we would consider.
Well, my name is Arlene Wesley Cash. I currently serve as the Vice President for Enrollment Management here at Spelman College. But I've been working with Mr. Stucker for several years, I would say at least the last 15 years, as we are both advocates for students having access to college and a college education. Me, in my role as a college administrator, I'm always looking for individuals from the community who are active in identifying and selecting students who have great fits for specific institutions. A lot of times you'll find people who are working in this industry whose only interest is in getting a student into a school and not really knowing the student or the school and whether or not it's a perfect fit for the school and the student. And oftentimes this leads to disaster for the school, even for the students sometimes, where they're not in a place where they will be nurtured and encouraged and will succeed. What I like about Mr. Stucker is that he takes the time to get to know each of the students he works with. And he gets into the schools to find out, the colleges and universities, to find out what's going on there. Why is that institution a perfect match for student A, B, or C? And so getting to know the students, getting to know the schools, the administrators, the faculty at these schools, he's able to really connect people with places in meaningful and significant ways. My experience with Mr. Stucker has been exemplary, certainly. He actually worked with me and my son as my son was looking for a high school to go to. And so he worked with David, and getting to know David helped him identify some schools that his counselor had not suggested. And indeed, David ended up at the George School, where he's having a fabulous time, extremely successful. I've seen him work with other students and parents and families in the secondary level in this way as well. His interest and his passion for the profession, his knowledge of the field, the kind of time he takes with each of his clients and each of the people who work with him really makes the difference. if I'm looking for someone who I know will give my child the attention he or she needs, who will give my school the kind of children who would best succeed at that school, I would look for someone like Mr. Stucker and his organization. Thank you.
Oh, that was perfect. I love one takes. All right.